Well, Dr. Bill Warner, I know you've done a statistical analysis of much of the Quran, the Hadith, things of that nature. Have you done much analysis or study on the background of Muhammad?
My study of Muhammad comes from just my own personal reading of the Sirah by Ishaq and the Bukhari. And one of the things when you read the Sirah that left me, and shall we say dubious, was for a book that was written 200 years after the events, we almost know what a man had for breakfast and what color camel he rode. I mean, there's one entire chapter which is nothing but a sequence of names, I believe, of people who fought in Badr. What it is you're overwhelmed with fine detail. Now, I was raised in the South where storytelling is a fine art. And let me tell you something. The longer a story is told, the more elaborate it becomes and more embroidered it is. And it makes a better story. So my impression was when I read the Sirah was that it was impossible 200 years after the event to give all the details that were in it. I mean, the details are just simply too fine. The writer of the Sirah knows too much. So that was my first looking and going, this just doesn't line up. It's simply impossible.
You're saying it doesn't pass the smell test. Could you give a little more detail for that?
Well, the other thing is that the Arabs love to say, well, the Arabs have a fine mind for memory. I was a college professor for 8 years and taught many Arabs in the school. And I was not left with a distinct impression that they had a fine memory. So this business of, well, the Arabs had, this memory which could remember everything. It's like, I don't find that in my students, nor do I find it in anyone else. So, like I say, it was just too elaborate and too detailed. And
so you're saying that's a truism, not empirically validated?
Yes.